Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I hope that in the last class I was talking about the graphical user interface of AutoCAD, right? And I was explaining the different commands used in AutoCAD. So I'll wait for a few minutes. I think right now only 23, 24 students are there. So have you tried to explore a little bit? Yes or no? Because from the next class, our demonstration will start. Means we'll start doing the exercise. Means for a given diagram or isotropic view, you have to draw different orthographic projection view. So first 15 minutes, I will talk about the theory little bit, and then one problem will try to demonstrate how you can draw in AutoCAD. And afterward, hopefully, will give you some drawing to draw different orthographic projection view. So that you have to submit. You have to draw at your home and you have to submit. Maybe I will provide you some Google form links so that you can easily submit through that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, 36 are there. So now we can start. So first command is if we have to set the units, then units, just type units, enter. This window will come. Here you can select your units. There are different units you can see: inches, feet, miles, millimeter, centimeter, meters. Depending upon your selection, you can. So given, suppose some given drawing is there and the dimension is given in meter or millimeter or centimeter. Based on that, you can select. Okay. Even you can select the precision also, how many decimal points you want to check, and the things you can do. For angle also, you can do the same thing. Okay. Here it like international. Now, okay. Uh, we selected the unit millimeter. Now the first command after selecting these units, you can set your window, whatever the graphical user interface you are seeing in front of your mobile or PC, this AutoCAD graphical user interface, that window you have to set. Suppose you have to make a rectangular block and having the dimension of around 1000 millimeter into 50 millimeter into 50 millimeter. So based on that dimension, you have to decide your working window. So you should set this window limit. Mm, by using this command, you will means suppose if you will not use this limit command, then what will happen? Nothing will happen. Just you will feel little bit. Always you have to drag, pan, or something like that. You have to do, or zoom in, zoom out. You have to do. So better uh, you can use this limits command to uh, set your windows. Okay, limits. Now see, coming uh, after entering this limits command, you can see here a specify lower left corner. So this is the lower left corner. You can see the mouse. This is the lower left corner. So I am setting here 00, enter, and then specify upper right corner. So this side. So that we can set now to implement whatever the command you have provided here to activate that command, you have to apply one more, you have to use one more command, that is zoom. So sort even z also you can see here whatever I am typing here, that is coming propping. So z you can see that is in the bracket zoom. So even you can write full or even you can write z only. Now different types of zoom are available in this. So you can use if you want to do the dynamic or center or all. So basically you can use all directly and will you can type A and you can enter. So now your window is set. You can check here the coordinate at this point. You can see this negative is coming this side, and in this lower left corner and the upper right corner you can see the coordinate is coming around 153 point something, and that window here you can see the drawing coordinates. My mouse you just see. So here you will able to observe. See, as I am moving the mouse left to right or right to left, the coordinate point you can see that is changing, right? So now after this, you need to understand the different coordinate system used in this AutoCAD or CAD software, any CAD software. So basically there is a like a screen coordinate system, working coordinate system, and local coordinate system. So that I will try to explain here. So a screen coordinate system is very clear. Mm, Here you can see in this AutoCAD, this coordinate system is whatever the this by default coordinate system is. You can say that is screen coordinate system. Then there is a two another coordinate system, that is uh, local coordinate system you can say, or working coordinate system. Means working coordinate system is like when if you have, suppose you have a model. So this model have a some, here suppose the x-axis is in this direction, y-axis in this direction. So this model is having one their own coordinate system. So that is called as working or model coordinate system. Working or model coordinate system. Then there is one more coordinate system that is called as local coordinate system. Local coordinate system, suppose in CAD, different CAD software, this can be used for a 3D local coordinate system. Suppose I have one block here, and I want to make another block at this location, this location. So this location having a different coordinate system. So whatever the coordinate system you are trying to create here, so that will be called as local coordinate system. So are you getting the difference between screen coordinate system, model coordinate system, and local coordinate system? I think you can differentiate these three coordinate system. Okay. Now, whenever we used to give you some line command or a arc command or some other commands, then we can follow some coordinate system that we already know from our coordinate geometry, like that is have a rectangular coordinate system and a polar coordinate system, right? So basically in the AutoCAD, there is a three, you can say in that respect, absolute, coordinate system, then relative. And then polar. So what is this absolute coordinate system? Suppose you have to make this triangle, and the coordinate of this triangle is something 5, 5, 10, 5, and some midpoint we can take 7.5 and 10. Okay. So if you are using the same coordinates, whatever the coordinate point vertices have been provided, same point if you are considering to draw the different line. Okay, here there is a three line. One, suppose this is 1, 2, and 3. So you have to use the line command to make this triangle. So you can use directly this, or either you can use relative coordinate system. But this is a simple geometry, so you can use the absolute coordinate system. But suppose there is a big complex geometry, so you will not able to always, you have to calculate, because in the in the drawing every dimension will be given, right? So there is no need to calculate the coordinate point. You can use the distance and angle or relative distance, and you can make a model, right? So absolute coordinate system is directly whatever the coordinate point is given that you are using. Now comes the relative coordinate system. Relative coordinate system is basically, we can take one example, then we will able to understand very clearly. Suppose this type of okay. Now suppose this is a 3, 3, and this distance, you know, if you know this distance, suppose this is a 6. Now, if you will use our absolute coordinate system, then you have to calculate the coordinate point for this. Suppose this is 1, This is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So first point, initial point coordinate will be given that you can calculate or from the drawing. Now, second point, no need to calculate directly. You can use the relative coordinate system. So this is like you have to use at the rate for the relative coordinate system, and then at what means relative to this. So this before this that become this coordinate became origin for this second point. So at the rate 6 in x direction, 6 unit in x direction. So we can write 6 and by direction 0. Okay. Suppose this is also 6. Now, if we have to draw this line, are you getting my point here? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you listening or just sitting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There will be viva at the end of this semester. So this question will be asked. Okay. So now
Sir,
tell me.
sir.
Yeah.
यहाँ जो एट यूज होगा ये कमांड लाइन में यूज होगा कि ये केवल समझने के लिए यूज हो रहा है?
नहीं, कमांड लाइन में यूज होगा.
सर रेफरेंस किससे लेंगे?
See, I will draw.
सर एक बार वो यूज करके दिखा दिया ना.
I will draw. Yeah, I will show you. I will show you. Don't worry. First, I'm trying to explain this coordinate system, and then I will use. Don't worry. Okay. So this 3 3 at the rate 60. Now in this for third point, this became origin. Means every point you are calculating with relative to the previous vertices or coordinate point, right? So for 3, 2 becomes the origin. So here line we can create at the rate this 0 and 6 in bidirection. So 6. Okay. Now we have to go in the negative x direction, negative x direction. Sorry, negative x direction. So now we have to find out the point, this 4. So suppose this is 6, so we can take 4 and 2, this will take total 6, and again 2 will take this. So we can write at the rate, this became an origin. So this minus 4, and there is only x-axis, x direction, y is 0. So this coordinate point we can get. Now for this at the rate, here it's moving in bidirection. So 0 and 2. Similarly, this one minus 2 and 0. This you can use command C also for closing, or directly you can. For closing of any loop, you can say that you can use command C. I will show you that. Don't worry. Command C for closing the.
Sir, every at the rate command is relative to previous at the rate.
Yes, yes. That's why I'm saying that. That's why it's relative coordinate system. This 3 coordinate point you are getting, that you are calculating relative to the second. Means for 3, 2 becomes the origin. Okay. So this suppose for 3, this is 0 0. Then only it will it is coming in bidirection, na? Distance you are taking here for 3 coordinate point, that is only in bidirection. This x point is 0. So that's why this the previous coordinate point became 0, and that you're writing the next one. Okay, so that's why relative, the name is relative. Now third is polar coordinate system. That is simple. You can directly use the at the rate, distance, and angle. So suppose I have some rectangle. Suppose this is a 3, 3, and we have to write 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if we are using command line, so we can start with first point, that is 3, 3. Then the next point we can get, that is at the rate. Suppose this is sorry, distance 6, and angle is 0. This angle will be 0. So 6, and angle notation we can use angle 0. Similarly, this at the rate, and suppose this distance is 5, angle 90 degree. Then suppose this distance is 6, same. So at the rate 6, angle 180 degree. And see, close. Okay, so this is polar coordinate system. Okay, now we can see the same thing in AutoCAD. I think we already set the limits. Now we can start with the line command. Line. Now see, it's coming line, specify first point. You can take any point, maybe 100, not 150, we can take anything we can take. The limit was here 100 and 0. So we can take 50, 0. That is the first point. Now see where it came. Somewhere here came. Now you have to write down the next. First I'm trying to use the absolute coordinate system. Okay. So in absolute coordinate system, whatever the length, we have a coordinate and we can use that coordinate. So suppose second point is at 90. So 90, 0. So here I am giving the coordinate points. Okay. Then I'm trying to make a triangle. So first point was 50, 0. Second point was 90, 0. Third point I will I will take 90. So around 70. So 70 and 100, or 70, 70 also you can take, no issue. 70. Are you able to see 70, 70?
Yes, sir.
Now, as
Yes,
I
sir.
told you, you can match this also, or you can use the command. You can click also. That way also you can close, or you can write here C. See. So here initially we used here the absolute coordinate system. Okay, this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we can, if suppose I have to delete, so you can use the delete command, or you can directly use the key select, and you can use the keyboard to delete. Okay, or any way you can do. Suppose you can do like this way also, and delete. Now we can see this Relative coordinate system. How we can use relative coordinate system. The same line command. The first point 50 0 I will take. Initial point we need. Okay. Or we can take anything, whatever you want. 50 0 I took, and then enter. Now the initial point I have. Now I have to use relative coordinate. Means next point, suppose I have like this. Same thing I think we can use, or yeah, same point we can use. So we'll just take like distance. I will take some more so that that the figure will be bigger or drawing will be bigger. So second point I have to write, right? So yeah. Now we can use at the rate. Distance we have to do give x distance. So maybe I can give anything 90 I will give, and then by distance that is 0. Here came. Now in the if I will take at the rate and by distance I wanted to give 0, 100 bigger. Yeah. Now suppose I wanted to go in negative x direction, then at the rate minus 40, 0. Now suppose I wanted to come down, so at the rate 0 minus 40. Now if you want to close, then directly you can. Okay, are you getting any doubt in this?
No,
Hello?
sir.
No, sir.
Okay, good. So this absolute coordinate system or relative coordinate system is clear. Now
Yes, sir.
we can delete the same thing. So there can be many ways to draw. It's not like I am trying to give you the like suppose the tools how you can use, how I'm just trying to tell you the commands, how you can use those commands. That is totally depending upon you. Okay, so whatever the means, this machine drawing needs yours effort. You have to learn the command, you have to use whatever the theory type of things that I will try to develop within you. So these things you will able to develop only with the practice. You have to do a lot of practice, then only you will get everything. Now comes the polar coordinate system. So we can use the same thing, line command. Enter. Specify first point 50, 0. See, sometime you will feel you will not able to even give the coordinate point. So at least there are certain you can see there is a dynamic input that should be off. Then only will you will able to give input. If this will be on, then you will not able to means automatically it will take something. Some with practice you will able to get hold on this. So here you can see there are certain commands that you can on or off. Okay, so those things you can try to explore the different like annotation scales, annotation rigidity. Then there are 2D object snap. So those things you can explore. Now the polar coordinate system. So first point I took. See, if you will expand this, then you will able to know what are the commands and what are the coordinate point you have given. Okay, so that you can expand. Suppose if you forget to which point you have given, so that you can check. Now next point is we can use at the rate and then angle, means at the rate, distance and angle. So suppose I have to give 90 distance and less angle sign we have to use, and then shift, and this is so zero angle, this one. Now next point, at 90 degree and some distance you can take 50 or 60. So at the rate 50 and angle 90 degree. See, that point is automatically taking. And at the rate, if suppose if you want only 50 distance and angle you want 180, shift 180. If you want down, so at the rate maybe 20, and I don't know, this will take 270 or 1 minus 90, I think it should take. So minus 90, or you can give 270 also, both way it will work. And then again, if you want at the rate in the x direction, this total distance, or I forgot the distance, but okay, just I will close. See, so now you know at least how you can give input using this coordinate system. Okay. Now,
Yes.
suppose we have to do the dimensioning of this. Okay, this is 90. This way you can do. Now I will try to give you how you can set with your dim style. I think, yeah, dim style. Here you can customize it as per requirement. You can use. I think in engineering graphics already you studied the how much ratio it should be there, and how much thick and thin it should be there. So based on your requirement, or based on your, even suppose sometime you need thick line to represent. So based on requirement, you can do. Even you can use a different color also here. So suppose for a text, I will try to show you. So text height, you can see. If you want to increase, suppose I wanted to increase 10 here. Initially by default it was 2.5, I think. And there are even text alignment. So that also you can change. Even you can change this text placement, where you want to place this 90 written. In the drawing there is a 90 written, na? So that at which place you wanted to place, or you can take some standard like ISO standard you can follow directly. So that is based on you. How means there are everything is there. Just you have to place as per your requirement, or either or you can use the ISO standard. So that will by default. Whatever you will do, that will that is based on the ISO standard. Or in some cases, suppose you need some specific suppose like you have some complex detailed drawing, then you have to place. Okay, so that is the way. Now this already modified. Now you set current and close. Now see the text height increased. Okay. Similarly, you can use the leader line also. Leader line is like if you want to suppose there is something and you want to write down. Suppose there is a hole. There are a pattern of hole in this model, and you want to show. So that you can write, and you can use there is a hole. But this is not a hole. I'm not drawn the hole. I'm just explaining the annotation how you can use. So hole. Okay. So that way you have to use these commands. Then table you can insert. See, so as per your base, the column based data, suppose you have to make a component list or bill of materials in your drawing, then you have to insert the table and you have to write down all the components and the material. Okay, so that you can easily, or like in engineering graphics, you made like a uh, small details related to drawing what which projection angle, which angle of projection you are using, first angle or third angle, with their notation and the name, title, and all roll number, whatever. So all the details you can make a table and you can draw there. Okay, so these things also you can introduce. Like suppose I used the default things, so that you can manage. Just click here and you will get. Okay, you have to place these tables at a right place based on your requirement. Okay, and now one more thing is here text also you can write. Suppose you have to write down something here. So there are two types in here, multi-line text and single line. So single line, if suppose I am using single line text, so it's asking when you use this command, so it's asking a start point of the text. So where is the start point? So wherever you want to write, you have to click there, and now it's asking for a specify height. Sorry. So maybe you can give 8, and its angle of rotation, it should be vertically or it should be horizontal. So I'm just giving 0, means horizontal, and then I have to write something. Suppose same thing, component I want to write. Components or component. Okay, so this way it will work. Now, there is a layer properties. Even you can have to go escape with that command, and then you can use the layer properties. So in the layer properties, you can see there are different um, line type. You will see you can change the color. You can make a colorful detailed drawing. You can use different color for a different types of line. You can use transparency, and even you can freeze. Means that freeze means that will be not deleted. If suppose somebody want to change that, so they will not able to do. So these things you can do. So here first thing you can see the color. So whatever the color you will select. Suppose I have to create a new layer, so I will try to create a new layer. Will give some dimension line or something line, solid line, right? Solid line can give some line. Now, if you want to change the color of that, anything select. Okay. Now, suppose if you want to create, choose a different line for that. So load, you can see here, there are different types of line exist in this. So as per your engineering graphics knowledge and machine drawing knowledge, you have to select. So here you can see there are different types of center line. There are different types of border. There are different types of dash or dot point, divide, dot, hidden. Basically, we will use these hidden lines whenever in machine drawing practice classes. You have to use these hidden lines. Means suppose you have an object and from the front view you are not able to see behind. So that you have to draw with the hidden lines. Okay, so these things you can select. Suppose if you are using zigzag lines, you can select this. So I will choose simple center line. Select this. If you will not select, then that will not activate. Okay. Now see here, it's coming. Line type is center. Similarly, here suppose I have to again use some dash or dot. That also I will select. So this dot is selected. Okay. Okay. Now I will close this. Here this way you can freeze also. Here this is a freeze option. There is a plot style. So it's and transparency level, and then you can see that there is something more. That is nothing that's not required. So there are many things that in everything need not to be understand. You have to decide which one you have to understand or which one you should skip, because software is big things. Means nobody can get 100% of this. As per usage, you will be able to learn those commands. So now suppose I wanted to change the colors of this solid line. See, it is changed. Changed. Even I think you can change the dimension line also. So this way you can change. You can create a colorful diagram also. There are many things here. You can see, suppose if you wanted to do this only, then make current, whatever you are doing, that will be activated. The same command. So there are many things that you can go through. You can explore by using. Now there is one more offset command. Offset is like, suppose if you wanted to make a concentric concentric circle. So first make the circle and use offset. Specify offset distance. Maybe you can use 4. and select object. I'm selecting object. Which side? This side or that? Means inside or outside. So you have to point, you have to place your mouse inside if you want inside. If you want outside, then you have to place outside. So inside I placed. Or suppose if you have to draw the parallel lines, you have a one line. Want to draw a parallel. Now specify offset distance. If you enter it, it means that it is taking the by default distance. If you want to change, then just write 6, enter, select this object. If you want this side, then you can click here. If you want this side, then click here. Okay, suppose I wanted this side also. So I will click here, there also. So you can draw the parallel line. So if you will know the commands, then only you will able to draw the various types of drawing very fast. Now there are command for a mirror or copy or move or rotate. So suppose I have one geometry like this and I have to mirror. So select this object, enter. Now first point select, second point select. Sorry, again I have to do mirror, select object, enter, first point, second point. Now it's asking erase source object. Last time I did, I think something, yes. So it should be erase source object, no. So that both the object, whatever you created with mirror, that both the object is there, present there. So suppose you have to make some symmetrical object. So you can use this command, just make a half drawing and you can use symmetry, X symmetry or bisymmetry, whatever. Then there is a command like move. Suppose I have used this circle, so I will select this object, enter, specify the base point. So one point is needed, so I will give some point, select some point, and then I have to specify the second point. So that also you can give, and you can create, you can move. Initially there was a concentric cylinder circle here, and that one circle I moved with certain distance or certain coordinate points. So basically these are the basic commands you need to know for this machine, this AutoCAD software. If you are using SolidWorks, then maybe I will take one more class later on, and I will try to give you the insight of SolidWorks also someday. But I will start with this machine drawing class with AutoCAD, and from the next class you have to I will start with some theory. What is orthographic projection view? What are the first angle projection? What are the third angle projection? How the projection is on front view, top view, or different how we used to take on horizontal plane, vertical plane, or profile plane. So those things we'll try to see first in 15 minutes, and then we'll move for one demonstration how you can draw the different views for some machine components, and then we'll give you for drawing, and you have to draw at your home using AutoCAD, or if you want, suppose somebody is not having the software, then they can use simple geometry works and they can draw and simply scan and then submit. So that will be the way. Okay. Now here you can see this linear, there are different types of dimension, linear, aligned. So suppose if you are doing aligned, this aligned dimension also you can take. Linear, if we have to take a linear, then linear dimension will take. So that way you have to explore. You have to explore the angular, you can take this angle, radius, diameter, ordinate point, jog. So everything you can do. We have to explore the software, and then you can easily do this details drawing. Now somebody is saying that why we should not use SolidWorks. If you will use directly SolidWorks, then you will not able to develop imagination skills, because here in AutoCAD we will give you 3D drawing, and you have, by seeing those 3D drawing, you have to imagine and then you have to draw the different views, orthographic projection views. But in SolidWorks, if you can directly make a 3D drawing, and then you will do the 2D detailed drawing, or you will do the drafting. So basically you will not able to imagine. When suppose whenever some product is manufactured, then in manufacturing or shop floor, design team will give the detailed drawing of this different views with isometric, and by seeing those drawings you should understand the product. Okay, so that is the main motto, to do this machine drawing, to learn this machine drawing technique. And maybe in the next semester we will learn about the how you can design, machine design things, and how you can do analytically, and then you should draw. So those things we will study. So this is all for my side today. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll stop here, and in the next class we'll start the main thing, and orthographic projection view, and then there will be some demonstration how you can make. We'll try to give you one demonstration, and then you have to draw. So in every class you have to draw. We will try to draw one problem, one drawing, and you have to submit 4. Okay, I think this will work fine with you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then there is no question, then I will stop here. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay.